Welcome to Chicago Motor Speedway, the 6th round of the 2022 International Racing League season. This just over my oval was constructed back in 1997 and held ARL and IRL races. Of course, this track then went into a shutdown mode after the 2003 season, but in 2015 this track was refurbished and we've seen modified its race here. Of course, the IRL made a deal to come back for this season, and the fans have certainly showed up. The only major news item entering this weekend is that next weekend is the US 500, and teams are one-off teams are finalizing their lineups for that race. We already know that Baguette Regazzoni will be running with Leroy instead of Ferrari, because Ferrari is promoting Aiden Jackson to the 28 car for that race and that race only. We don't know who's the replacement driver for Jackson yet. Usually it would be Freddie Jones, but Jones is also running his own car. Of course, he doesn't own his own car. He has his own car for Gary Snyder Racing. With that being said, let's take a look at the starting grid. On the front row, James Cathcart with once again another pole position. He's yet to turn one of these into a win. Violing the championship leaders on his outside. Chris Regazzoni would be starting on the outside of his teammate, but DeThorne got a penalty for antics last weekend. Instead, alongside him will be a Smithley, Jesse Knox, Ryan Raver round out row 3, Bulger Daniels and Jake Bennett row 4, row 5, Tim Courting and Danny Marco. Row 6, Garrison and Devin Butler. Butler's looking forward to this race, believe it or not. Then Orman and Victoria Andonoff finally qualifying her teammate. Rickshaw Edmund Berlund round out row 8. Row 9, Wesley Jill and Casper Ackerman. Row 10, Baguette Regazzoni making her debut with Ferrari. Next week she'll be in the 20th car for Roy Inc. And then Allison Holiday. Lou Grainer, Freddie Jones round out row 11. Freddie Jones' father, Fred Jones, is in this race. Rich Roy and Pierre Lamont qualify in row 12. Row 13, Everett Masana and Kyle West. Then we got Caitlin Tannehill and John Bart. Tessa Wolf looking to redeem herself after her brain fade last weekend. Fred Jones won here in 2002. Ivan Carson and Sully Souza are on the next row. Carson is from Russia. However, with the ongoing war, he's managed to escape the country. He now makes residence not too far from this racetrack. Aiden Jackson, David Bison would be on the last row of the grid, but DeThorne and Evans are on the back row. DeThorne's back here because of her antics during going a lap down. Well, Evans is back here because of his shenanigans causing the lap 1 crash. James Cathcart, though, is up here because of his speed, and he's going to take the green flag. Gets a nice jump over Viola Ling, and so does Christopher Regazzoni. Entering turn 1, Regazzoni is going to get ahead of Ling. Cathcart slides up the track. Regazzoni making a run down the back straightaway. Regazzoni is going to make a look on him. Can't quite clear him, gonna slap the track. He's gonna have the small measure of him, but Jesse Knox is coming for the lead. They make contact. Knox, Bulger, Daniels, and Regazzoni make contact, and Cathcart holds the lead. Regazzoni gonna make another move, but fails. That's to take the lead from Cathcart. So James Cathcart leads lap 1. DeThorne and Matthew Evans, DeThorne being Regazzoni's teammate, making their way through the field after getting sent to the back of the grid. Fred Jones, like we mentioned, is racing his son Freddie Jones, is not too far ahead of him. Freddie Jones slides into the Holiday, and the Jones family makes contact, but they keep it together. Very close call for those two. They're up from the Michigan area. More so Minnesota, Connecticut, all that fun stuff. Baguette Regazzoni is the sister of Chris Regazzoni. She's making her debut today. Qualified midfield, I think she just gets out of this race clean. She's starting off fending off Edmund Berlund. Rich Roy got by her in that car. Regazzoni has a few wins in the junior leagues. Viola Ling is currently in the championship, and she's currently sitting 3rd. This is definitely what she needs. Matthew Evans still trudging his way through the field. He's on about 5 laps. He's in 18th. DeThorne's somewhere behind him, but DeThorne's having a harder time picking through traffic. The Sun is also having a tough time picking through traffic, and she's going to get into Aiden Jackson. Around she goes, and DeThorne nowhere to go. Tannehill's in it. Tessa Wolf piles into Freddie Jones. and Carson's and Bison are in it. On board of Ivan Carson. Really, this coming off of turn 2, you still have the racetrack, and there's nowhere really to go. John Bart also got a piece of it. Bison had nowhere to go, but into the back of 27. That's going to take Bison out of the race. Thorn has a lot of damage, but I think she'll continue going. And Wolf is continuing. What is she doing? Tessa Wolf just swerved in front of the 27 for no apparent reason. He didn't cause the accident, so I don't know. Now, entering the pits, Lou Green decides it's going to be a good idea to shove Roy against the pit wall, and that's going to clip the 56 car and almost injure someone. Bulger Daniels took the lead out of the pit stops. Casper Ackerman made a pit, had a flat tire right before the caution came out, so he fell a lap down. We don't know where the damage from the 50 car came from. Anyway, green flag. Daniels doesn't take the lead, but has the lead on the restart. D. Thorn's slow again. Like we didn't have enough for that last week. Maybe she learned this time. Daniels couldn't hold the lead. Here comes Aling though. Aling looking low. So is Dave Smithley though. The 14 car has had horrible luck this year, and Rich Roy's finished every race. She hasn't. I think this is enough. Devin Butler making it 4 wide for the lead. Daniels left the track, making room for the 11. Smithley slides to 71. Smithley's gonna lead the lap, but she's gonna have to deal with Casper Ackerman. Devin Butler sends it in there and takes the lead. So nice move by the Brit, and Bulger Daniels is gonna go down to 4th. Not exactly what she wanted. Aling though is gonna fall. Oh, that's not a surprise. Aling is gonna fall to 2nd or 3rd as Daniels get by him, and Aling's slow. I wonder if she has a problem. She's reporting she can't get into 4th gear, and that's basically terminal. Brandy Thorne, once again, for the second week in a row, is off the pace. However, unlike Kansas, she's not going to be, or shouldn't be, as slow and annoying. This is not exactly a low-speed track, but it's not a track you're on the throttle 24/7. And Garrison versus Bulgar Daniels, these two haven't exactly gotten along at all, which is kind of surprising. Daniels is the person to get along with everyone, while Ingy Harrison's the upstart, full of energy. So you figured these two would get along, but they haven't. That's kind of surprising. Harrison now making the move for the 2nd spot, trying to run down Devin Butler, and if there were any team orders to let them through, they weren't followed. But Toyota development drivers are doing better than the regular Toyota drivers. Masana and Noling have their own mechanical problems and actual crash problems. These two have kept their cars clean, and it's Wesley Jewell. I think it's will be ahead of the 19 the points standings right now. If the results stay the same, don't quote me on that. And off the Swede going for this would be 5th, excuse me. On no, it would be 4th. Jewel. No, excuse me, it is 5th. My bad. Don't know positions. Can't count numbers. And off. Going on the inside of turn 4, and this is going to sit up down the front straight, but Wesley Jewell is fighting back. And entering turns 1, Wesley Jewell trying to keep his foot in it, but here comes Danny Marco on the inside. Marco is going to hold up the 4 car and let the 99 get away. Meanwhile, while these two are fighting, Ingy Harrison had a run on Devin Butler entering turn 1 and clears him. Nice, easy move. It's kind of high effort, but nice, easy, and new leader, Ingy Harrison, and Ryan Raver has a flat tire on car 35. Not the day he's looking for. Team Star USA has offered their drivers a $500 bonus if they manage to win the US 500 next weekend. And I think just hoping to have a good result. She needs one. Wesley Jewell has fallen back a bit. Endenov attacking the 14 for 4th. So Endenov obviously has a car that she thinks she can drive through the field. A. Smithley, I think, just wants a good result, but she's not going to let the Swede go by her that easily. Only problem is I think Victoria Endenov has a slightly better car than that 14. Smithley almost throws into the wall. That car got loose all of a sudden, looked like. And the 14's in 4th. Meanwhile, Regazzoni's trying to keep it off of the 29, and her brother wipes her out. And that's another one of these pileups you can't really avoid. Have to avoid the Ling. So, Chris Regazzoni takes out Baguette Regazzoni. That's gonna be a fun family meeting. And Ryan Raver's not paying attention. And Nerson has, car 35 into the longest line. We believe the 55 off. Chris Regazzoni also has a penalty for dumping the 28. in front of traffic. Stewards are usually lenient on wrecking lap cars, but when you do it in front of the entire field, yeah, you're gonna have some problems. Harrison, again, slow because of damage. They're almost 5 wide, and the Daniels and Butler made contact, and here comes James Catholic to the lead. Butler stuck behind the 29 of Rich Roy, who I think is as fast as the leader, and he moves into Harrison, but that's only gonna help Catholic. So Roy's attempt to get back on the lead lap fails. He was worried about the wrong car. Matthew Evans is inside the top 10. So that just shows the pace of that 10 car, and I wonder how much pace the 13 would have had if she wasn't wiped out. Jessie Knotts is another car who's on the pace. She's making it 3 wide on the 33 and 14. This is fourth, I think. Third, yeah, because that's 71's in the lead, or second. Nice run by Jessie Knotts. It looks like both Team Rocket cars have pace. The Toyotas, at least the main ones, don't. Now granted, Violing is battling mechanical problems, but Violing was involved in a wreck earlier. Jessie Knotts making a move on Devin Butler, not Daniel Butler. Butler kind of gives her the space, surprisingly, but is going to pinch her down a bit. Exiting turn 4 side by side, Butler has the spot at the line. So the Frank Walker cars are better in the straight line, but Daniels. Knotts looks better in the braking zones, which we kind of equal each other out. Butler see, the 33 has better cornering, but here comes Devin Butler around the coming back on the outside. Knotts going to try to slide, but she almost got a little loose. But Butler threw up the track to avoid the 70 if she did spin out, and Butler is in third. Team Rocket has been unlucky this year. Catholic should have won many races, and Jessie Knotts, I think, has finished half the races so far this year. Catholic, of course, is in the title hunt currently, while Knotts is, further down than I think she'd like to be. Catholic is trying to get past the lap car B. Thorne. Butler is throwing it back on the inside of Jessie Knotts for a second. Can't get to this time, but here comes the Thorne. I wonder if Butler's going to use her as a pick. 70 slows up to get past the Thorne. Butler sees an opportunity, slides up the track. Knotts slides into the 13, and Ryan goes to 13.71! And that's not going to go over well with the officials. Second place basically wiped out, or third place, while crashing a lap car. No, this is going to go over well. No one hits the 2 of them, which is a miracle. I think someone hit someone. Yep, not surprised. Car 70, end of longest line, but someone hit the 5 car under caution. Now, A. Smithley has a steering issue. Her steering's locked, and she's trying to get off from Team Boss. Oh, God. Well, when you have mechanical problems, there's not much you can do, but the last thing you want to do is hit your, the person who owns that car. And your future, kind of. Green flag on lap 46. Victoria Antonov led out of the pits, so proving once again that those Toyota cars, all of them, are pretty fast if they're not having mechanical or crash problems, or really any problems, really. Anyways, Bennett to the lead on entering turn 3. Looks like Bogardino's looking at Emma Berlin. Yes, Bennett to the lead. Berlin thinks gonna have second at the line. Oh, a crash! Devin Butler's around the background. And that's, well, Butler in the span of 7 laps has been spun out twice. This one, though, he's pushed up in the traffic. And Aiden Jackson also went for a spin. So did John Bart. So Devin Butler was kind of self-inflicted. I think he's now driving out of anger. Bogart Daniels took the lead under another round pit stops. Pit road speed is very slow here, so if you have a problem, you're going to be very slow in the pits, and no one wants to be caught out by that. So Daniels has got a nice jump over Bennett. Catholic has making the move with the 5, and the 14 and 54 are not really letting the leaders through. They're entitled to. They're both 1 lap down, and if there's a caution, well, at least at the moment, the 14 can get back on the lead lap. Ackerman throws it in there, which is, I don't think, what Daniel wants, but she really doesn't have a choice. She will lead the lap, though. Matthew Evans inside the top 10 after starting in the back. Nice recovery drive. Better than the 13, who got caught up in a wreck she didn't need to be in. Evans is passing the 24 and now going up for the 99. So that's for 5th. And Emma Berlin almost hit the 4 car. So Evans making a good run. Smithley is not in second. She's 1 lap down, but is just as fast as the 70. In fact, she just set fastest lap of the race. Not a good thing. Here's the battle for 5th between all of these cars. I think Antonov is winning people up. Evans just got by her in the back straightaway. The Toyota racing cars are obviously not going to be as fast as the main Toyota cars, and when you get them up inside the top 10, especially among faster cars, this happens. Antonov is trying to make a pass on Evans, which I don't think that's going to work. As you can see, he's kind of just pulling away. And Garrison now making a move on the Swede, who gets, that car got tight, because there goes Knotts and Berlund. Garrison making a move for Evans for 5th, they're 3 wide for 7th. Knotts trying to make her way through the field after losing her brain cells. 99's wide, almost into the 79. Marco has enough intelligence to back out of that one. And we got side by side across the racetrack. So we can't have clean racing without wiping each other out. Antonov continues to fall through the field. I wonder if she has a mechanical problem again, which would be a shame. Anyway, Jake Bennett has now gotten past the 14, and is now trying to make a move on Bulgar Daniels, and he might have help because Brandy Thorne's off the pace, except he gets stuck behind the 13, and Cathart gets past him for 2nd. Good move by the 15, or by the 75 of the box, Bennett behind a lap car. Bennett is going to make a run though on Cathart when Cathart struggles to get by the 14 to no avail. But now, 1, 1st, 2nd, 3rd, all nose to tail, and Cathart's making a move on Daniels. Entering 3 and 4, side by side. Daniels is going to lead the lap, but Cathart has the preferred line entering turn 1. Daniels gives them plenty of room, and, well, Bennett's chasing up the track. That car got tight, I think. But James Cathart to the lead once again. Until we can stay here this time and actually win a race instead of faltering through the field. Nice run made by the American. I think Daniels, though, has a shot coming back at him. Yeah, I think there's contact because the 15 just had to chase that car up the track, and we have a caution behind them. So Bulgar Daniels will not get the chance to pass the 15 as Kyle West takes himself off the side of the 13, and Pierre Lamont decides to join the wreck for some reason. So the 13 is being everyone's favorite ping pong ball tonight or today. It's only 3 p.m. Green flag now for Jake Bennett, and that's Fred Jones in the background making a move. He's got the 2 Scandinavian cars behind him, and Garrison's going to go near the 5 underneath the 54, and Jake Bennett's going backwards. Picked the wrong line there, bud. If he's stuck behind the 54, he might lose more than just the lead. Here comes Daniels on his inside as we get flyby through the field, and Bennett's way too wide. He's going to lose 3rd, looks like. Though he doesn't, this is a few laps later, making the move on the 75. He's going to clear Daniels. Yes, he will. Bennett back to 2nd. Though I think he's no, he hasn't cleared the 75 yet, but no, I will. It's an easy move. You put your opponent offline, and they're going to lose spots. So Bennett up to 2nd. Daniels coming back. She's got the run down the back straightaway. Harrison is loving this because while these two are dueling, she gets to pull away. There's a car on the wall in the background. It's a white car, and I think it's Antonov. Yes, it was Victoria Antonov, the 99 car. Numbers are hard to read of that. Bennett continue to try to fight off Daniels. Daniels takes the spot, but Bennett's gonna have a run off in turn 4 or 2. I know turns, and is gonna come back at her. Good stuff in front of the field. No one's wrecking each other. No one's beating each other away. Daniels, I think, threw it in there a little too hot. Misses the wall, and it's gonna have a nice run down the front straightaway and come back at him. So this back and forth racing looks fun to us. Probably getting Bennett annoyed. Harrison's loving this because he's pulling away little by little. Daniels takes the 2nd and will stay there finally. She's pulled off enough of the gap that Bennett won't be able to do a crossover. A Smithley inside the top 5. Or she was in the top 5. She just hit the wall and is going to 7th. And Cathart's passing her for 8th. Cathart making a move on the 99 car. That's for 7th right now. And now going for 6th on Devin Butler, who I think panicked and got out of his way, because I think Cathart's in there thinking, I'm either going to pass you or I'm going to wreck you. Back to the front of the field, Gavin and Evie Motorsports drivers are fighting for the lead, and I think they made contact. Not the first time they've done it. If you remember back in Phoenix, the 75 slipped in oil and hit Inky Arison, which outraged Arison, and well, these two haven't really been the best of friends since. Can't blame them, but that was really nothing Daniels could have done. The Bennett cars are 3rd and 4th. And they're proving how to be nice teammates, because they haven't really said anything bad about each other. Granted, one of them is the owner, but well, they also haven't. Well, the employee hasn't wrecked the boss yet, so I think that's better than what Roll Inc.'s been able to do. Bennett and Marco both have been close to wins, haven't exactly sealed the deal yet because of dumb luck or mistakes. As Bennett takes 3rd, Toyotas are the main Toyotas are struggling, and Viola Ling's engine just died. So those clutch problems, or whatever she was having, have come back to haunt her. Baking the smoke out of this 11 car, and that's a lot of smoke to be just a gearbox problem, so I wonder if something else won that prevented her from getting to 4th gear earlier on this race. Ling certainly is going to plummet through the standings, and we have a caution because of this car. She's not going to make it back to the pits, and she's going to park it right on the end of the pit, right at the pit exit. Not a good place to be. Arison continues to hold the lead over Cathcart. See Marcus in 3rd and Evans, Bennett round out your top 5. Arison gets a good jump over the lap car. Cathcart though sticks with her, and that's Evans making a move for 3rd on Marco. I know names. So top 2 clear the lap traffic, and now Cathcart sets up Arison for the lead. Coming out of turn number 4, side by side, but Cathcart already has a position by the time they get to the start finish line. Nice move made by the American. Arison fighting back, can't clear him though, and she's gonna leave the door wide open for Matthew Evans. Here comes Evans for 2nd. Hopefully, no, not close enough. But Arison makes another mistake and runs wide, and Evans will eventually take the spot. Meanwhile, Jake Bennett's making the same mistake. He's really wide. He's gotten the 2 Frank Walker cars on his inside. He's gotten the 75 on his inside. Ace Smith is also down there. Daniels and Butler have been going at it. Those two have made contact early on in this race. The resulting contact will force Smithley and Bennett up the track. Smithley and Bennett on the wall, and Bennett's around. Bennett tried to get off the wall and got clipped by the 35, and he's in the middle of traffic. Caution 7, lap 102. Now this is coming back to the yellow. Fred Jones and Everett Son have a problem with each other, and the resulting collision spins the 19 and 24 out. Storage said no investigation necessary, though Ormond, well, we can't play his radio. Arison leads her teammate, coming to take the green flag. I know this is going to go well. Great start by Arison. Daniels, not so much. That's kind of surprising. Entering turn 1, Daniels does get a barrel exit, or gets a barrel line in the middle of in the apex, but it's not good enough. Arison is way up ahead in the lead. And, well, I don't think Daniels is going to have enough. No, Daniels is sending it in. Arison ran a little higher line, and Daniels is going to try to take advantage of it. But it is not close enough. That's... Oops. Anyways, Daniels is going to have a run again. Arison slides the line in turn 1. Daniels has an opportunity side by side coming down the back straightaway, and they're about 3 wide behind them. I think that's both the Frank Walker cars trying to get around a lap car. Arison holds the lead until she does that. And the wall 33 goes, and she's going to come out in 2nd because Tim Courting is holding up the Frank Walker cars. So that just shows the pace of that Audi. It was about side damage behind them. 5 wide is not going to work, and around goes the 56. At the back of the field, I don't know why that needed to be a caution. Under this caution, though, Chris Regazzoni has a flat tire and won't take this restart. So both Ferraris are having miserable luck as the usual. James Cathcart led after the pit stops, and John Bart's in 3rd, but he has some damage, and that car isn't exactly on the pace. Same can be said for Fred Jones. Bennett immediately trying to get around the 17. Cathcart does get a good start ahead of the Team Star USA car of Ryan Raver, which is going to kind of hold up Matthew Evans. and allow Cathart to escape. And oh, crash! Cars! 2 cars on the wall. I saw one of them being Allison Holiday. Let's see what happened. 4 or 5 wide because of the jam up of lap cars. Butler threw it in there. Then Marco got hooked by the 13, which then sent the 75 to the 56, which sent them spinning a good 75 in like 3 rotations before getting it straight. No one went out of that because of that accident. Danny Marco leads over Devin Butler after yet another round of pit stops. This time there was a little bit more chaotic, or not chaotic, but normal. Ivan Carson holds up the Ferraris. Jesse Knott's making a move on Devin Butler again. Like that's going to go well. And she's gonna go after the lead. It's a great restart by Knott. It's kind of what you need if we're gonna have precautions. Pierre Lamont has no hood and is going for 3rd. That just shows the determination of that young Frenchman. Lamont honestly should probably be in victory lane if he had a little bit more luck. Meanwhile, we got, I think, the 98 Aiden Jackson just chopped off Ingy Arison. That's going to bring out caution 10 on lap 119. On lap 123, Pierre Lamont beat everyone out of the pit lane. If he wins this race, he's going to make everyone look silly. Green flag. Let's see. Good start over the field. Allison Holiday is holding up the Ferraris and other people. Though no front end means you're not going to be as fast. Evans goes for the lead. I think Cathart was going for the lead as well. Though Evans got a better exit out of turn 3. And we have another crash in the background. Caution 11. Lap 123. Here's the replay. 4 wide's not going to work. The 86 and the 50 and the 19 get together. And around the 3 of them go. All 3 will continue. Lap 128, Victoria Ananoff finds herself in the lead. Casper Ackerman, on that one of those cautions, got back in the lead lap, is now sitting in 5th. DeThorne not getting going. She's not being as long as a back marker as she was last weekend. I think, though, getting bullied is starting to get to her. Evans to the inside, along with Bennett, and, well, oh, jeez, that 59 got a horrible restart. Anyways. Evans to the race lead, and Masana has a flat tire raise and took the green flag. And here's Danny Marco going for, Marco going for 5th on a 3-wide pass. I think Ackerman got a piece of the wall. Remember, Ackerman was just retired at the end of last year. He's gotten this car in the top 5 more times than I can count. Marco going to take the position though from Ackerman. If you can see up ahead of him, there's a battle for the lead going between Bennett and Evans. Here's another view of it. Evans slides at the racetrack, leaves the inside open for Jake Bennett. Bennett's gonna say thank you very much, side by side down the main straight, or back straightaway. Too many straightaways here. There's only 2 of them. I don't care. I'm annoyed. Evans fires it in there, trying to hold the lead. Bennett's on the inside. That's Masana exiting the pits. Entering turn 1, Bennett has the preferred line, but Evans is still not giving up. But he's not really going to have a choice. Jake Bennett to the lead. And Cathart's making a move on Matthew Evans. So, nice move by Bennett. Cathart is going to do the same thing, though. Or maybe do him one better. He's going for the lead as well. Nice moves made by the 15. Side by side of Evans now is throwing it in the inside of Jake Bennett, who I think was a bit startled, but giving him enough space. And Garrison sees a hole and says, I'll take 2nd. Thank you very much. Bennett, watching his hopes for a win slip away. Harrison on his inside, still there, not clear. Harrison also been very close to her first one, and she's looking at a possible opportunity, but Jake Bennett wants 2nd. Who wouldn't? Harrison down the inside and will take the position away. Now Matthew Evans might have a run on the 5. Yes, he will. Jake Bennett is losing positions like a baby losing teeth. Down the inside goes Evans, and I think Harrison had a look on the 5, and he's going to lose more positions because here comes Knott and Marco. I don't think he'd be too upset losing a position to his employee. But, this has got to be quite silly. Actually, Marco's on the outside of, Knott. Knott throws it in the inside, though has to back out of that position before anything gets worse. Knott still backing out. gives Marco an opportunity to steal 5th from the young American driver. Needs more luck to, she's down the points because she's failed to finish, I think, half the races this year. Same can be said for the Ferraris and several other people, and she's a little wide out of turn number 2. Marco is going to take 5th. Knott's going to try to run down the 79 again, or maybe not. Engine 5 will take out car 70. Jesse Knotts, after running, again, mostly in the top 10, out because of dumb luck. And Garrison, meanwhile, is stuck behind Everett Masana, and here comes Matthew Evans. Now we're getting reports that a few cars, mainly the 10, will not make it on fuel. A lot of cars are cutting it close. So I think Evans is no longer trying to chase down the 5, but hold off the 79 for 2nd. But that's going to be one tough job, considering Marco has a track record here. Let's put it bluntly. He ran a modified race last night, won the race, and, well, set the track record for at least the modifieds. Not for stock cars, obviously, because we're going about 30 seconds quicker, but still something nice to brag about. Marco to 2nd, Harrison looking for 3rd, 2nd as well. She's looking for 3rd, but still at the racetrack. Couldn't take it. Couldn't take 3rd, but maybe on this lap she will. Setting up right behind the 10. The 10 slides up the track. 79 getting held up by Allison Holiday, but I think that's just unintentional. Though the 10 and 33 are really gaining. Harrison might have a move entering turn 3. Marco looks a little too late, and Nagy Harrison's gonna get 2 for 1. Holiday's in the wall, and I think Evans also tapped the wall. So, Inge Harrison up to 2nd with a nice clean maneuver on the 79 and 10. Though, that's Jake Bennett's car, but not the guy who's driving it. Danny Marco is going for 2nd once again, trying to get back at her. Entering turn 2, he has the preferred line. Eric's trying around the high side to get the momentum off the corner. Though Marco's just a bit too far away. This is stop her go for the next several laps. He's going to hound that 79 car, but Danny Marco is doing a very good job in defensive driving and will not let Harrison get by him. If you're wondering where James Cathcart is, he is about 10 seconds off the road. So, unless something happens to him, this is James Cathcart's race. The battle is really for 2nd between Marco, Harrison, and Evans. However, Evans has been warned about his fuel state. The 3 will pass the 19 once again, who is hurting severely for being in multiple accidents. And this is going to allow Harrison to have a run on the 79 again, but to no avail. Evans has a run now on the 33. And, wow, okay. I thought they looked at the 10 were getting ready for a second, but then they got the 10 pit crew looked like they were ready to receive him that lap, but then they stopped halfway through it. So I wonder if that was a botched pit attempt that worked into a pass on the 33 car. Evans, though, really lied, and then there's David Bison. I mistakenly said he went out on lap 7. Well, he's involved in like 3 or more incidents since, so he's out. Harrison stopped outside of the 88. Evans gonna look for Evans bound for the pits. He does not have enough fuel, so several cars might be off. Or may not have enough fuel to make it, though this car isn't. James Cathcart manages this. Well, he didn't really manage to search his fuel. James Cathcart had enough fuel. Either he stretched it, or he had enough to begin with. But James Cathcart will win the round of Chicago, and Team Rocket will finally get a race win. Danny Marco and Inge Harrison had enough fuel to get 2nd and 3rd, while Devin Butler has another race win slip away from him. His teammate finished behind them. Victoria ended off in Ace Smithley were the last cars on the lead lap. Bennett and Evans didn't have enough fuel, nor did Daniels. Bart was going second lap down. Bart was about to go another lap down. Ackerman and Jones, nice finishes for them, and Jones thinks that's for his Independence Trophy. Aiden Jackson and Bison and nice runs. Regazzoni and Raver wanted a bit more, and Regazzoni might have a penalty coming to him post-race. Joel Norman definitely wanted more, or maybe Orman, not so much Joel. West, Courting, Lamont, Holiday, Masana, and Carson's round out your top 25 and points finishes. Worth noting that Holiday, once again, is the only Mid-Atlantic car finishing, as yes, Caitlin Tannehill, after scoring her first top 10 last week, crashed out. With Marquez finished today, he will take the points lead, and so will Devin Butler, and James Cathcart and Harrison will follow suit. But Toyotas, without scoring many points, will fall down the order, and so will Rich Roy. This is Rich Roy's first DNF, I'd like to mention. Jules and Daniel and Orman will all have a shot to catch up to them for next weekend's race, the US 500, the first double points race of the season, and a crown jewel on the International Racing League calendar.